The pride of Bethune-Cookman University in Daytona Beach, Coach, talking, of course, about T.T. Tolliver. We've talked so many times about the fact that he's been a leader for your offense. He really had a special half and a special game with just all the heroics he had through the air and on the carry, for that matter.
Yeah, T.T. is special. You know, he's been a tremendous player in this league for a long time. He was my teammate on the 2003 championship team right down the highway there with Tampa Bay, so he's still playing at a high level.
Did he feel a little more responsibility to perform, you think, considering that you were down two receivers with injuries?
I think so. You know, TT realizes that, and we talked about it, and I said, man, I need you Friday night, step up, and he said, his exact words were, I got you. So I got you panned out to be a good thing.
If he's got you, you're probably in good hands. Let's talk about a good foot, though, because we mentioned Martinez, and I'm guilty, not your fault, I'm guilty too many times of not bringing him up in this forum, but you have a very, very good kicker. Let me get his numbers right. 61 of 70 for point afters. You have 10 of 17 from Carlos for field goal attempts. He is ranked #1 in scoring for kickers with 91 points and 9.1 points per game, excuse me, and total field goals made 10 on the season. You satisfied with your kicking game?
Absolutely. You know, Carlos has been tremendous. I thought early on in the year he wasn't quite the same Carlos he needed to be. He's had a year off from the AFL going down in '09, but he's kicking at a high level right now, and that's huge, and that's something we're going to need down this stretch.
You really threw gas on the fire in the first, leading by 24. As you go to the second half, let's talk about some of these highlights, and these were just sensational. Another good half, and the Sharks try to get a rally going with about 10 minutes to go in the quarter. Garcia's pass into the end zone, picked off by who else? Kenny Mack. Perhaps Hill's only bobble on the night later in the third, intercepted in the end zone. Neither takeaway would result in a touchdown, neither his or Kenny Mack, so it's still 46-22 Orlando. Nick gets it together toward the end of three. Jerry and James showing some speed, grabbing this one in the painted turf. It makes the score 53-28. Into the fourth quarter, Garcia, a legend in this league any way you slice it. He will not leave without a fight either. Former Florida Gator Dallas Baker make it a touchdown, 53-35, Jacksonville within 18. But again, Daytona Beach pride shining. Hill to Tolliver again. TT accounts for 4 scores. Orlando back out huge, 25-point lead at that point, 65-35. And Hill really did it all in this game. On the scramble again, he passes for 6 scores. This one he would run for one of 2 carrying touchdowns. And Martinez slamming the door 10 yards out. The uprights are split. The Preds find a win. They're 5th on the season, 70-48. They get a dose of revenge over Jacksonville. So again, we talked about it earlier, a complete game perhaps, pretty darn good on all sides of the ball. And if you can do this consistently, Coach, you got a good chance of finding some more wins with 6 to go.
Yeah, you know, we have a good team.
Yeah.
We have a good team, and we need to stay consistent offensively and keep doing what we're doing defensively. Pick up our special teams a little bit and our coverage on our kickoffs and our returns to give Josh Bush an opportunity to run one back. If we do those things and we continue to build on that and stay healthy, you know, we should be in good shape.
Bush put up reasonably good numbers. He had 7 returns for roughly 100 yards on the carry. But again, you think he could probably get a little better, don't you?
Well, you know, I think it's as a whole, our whole return team. You know, Josh has the ability to go the distance at any time. I think we snuck up on Tulsa a couple weeks ago. They weren't ready for it. No teams are going to be ready for it. So we've got to make sure we're blocking properly for Josh to give him an opportunity to take some more back.
Talk about the size of the night. 14,000 in the stands, best attendance of the season as far as the Predators' home schedule goes. You're on the NFL Network. You have your owner, Brett Bushy, in the building. You also have the commissioner of the AFL in the building. Man, what a night. Jerry Kerr's in the stands or in the building on the field to make a huge announcement, which we'll talk about in a moment. You really, if you bought a ticket to this one, Coach, you got a big night of football.
It was a great night for the league and for the Predators. You know, we needed that. Our fans needed it. Our fans were electric. They were on fire. They were feeling it. They were loud when Jacksonville had the ball. And to do it on that stage, you know, we had a lot of luck on NFL Network. And let's face it, but we did the other night. Our guys made a statement, and in front of a lot of the dignitaries around the league, so it was a good night.
You talk about the magnitude of the announcement that he made as far as teams coming back to the league. In case you missed it, Commissioner Kerr's in the building to announce on national television that 3 teams would return from the old AFL, those namely the San Jose SaberCats, the Kansas City Brigade, and the Philadelphia Soul. Seeing the league expand, that's good for everybody, isn't it?
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. And you know, it just puts a smile on my face because our league is coming back stronger and stronger. And with the addition of those 3 teams, and we anticipate some more teams coming on here, it is a great situation for Arena Football League and the fans.
Commissioner Kerr's paid Brett Bushy paid you, paid everybody in the Predator organization a great compliment when I asked him. I said, when you think of the arena, you really think of this franchise. And he talked so much about the great players. He talked about the 2 Arena Bowl championships. He said, we really, really love this franchise, and it's good that it's back.
It really is. You know, this is one of the pillars of the league, I think, this city and this Arena League town. And so, you know, it's important for us to get back on this winning mode and get our team into the playoffs. For our fans, they deserve it.
You've won 5 out of your last 7. Now you'll go up to Chicago this Saturday night to deal with the Rush, and a tough 8-3 team with a quarterback, Russ Mickna, who can really throw. 58 touchdowns on the year so far. He's averaging 283 through the air. Excuse me. Your defense is playing well, but again, it's another challenge, isn't it?
It's another challenge.
You
every
don't get
week.
any weeks off, man.
No, we don't get any weeks off. You know, last 2 weeks Spokane and Jacksonville. You know, now we got Chicago. They're an 8-win team. So, you know, but you got to play the best to get to where you want to be. So. We've played pretty well on the road, and so we're actually looking forward to going on the road and competing with them.
Again, that is this Saturday night when the Predators take on the Chicago Rush. You can see it on niftytv.com. You can hear it on 740 The Game when the Shot Doctor has the play-by-play, and we wish you luck in going off to the Windy City, Coach.
Thanks, Sean.
All right, Pat O'Hara.
This has been the Pat O'Hara Show with host Sean McDowell. Don't forget to visit www.orlandopredators.com for all your season ticket info.